Welcome to another episode of Creating Magic Podcast. I'm Dani.
And I'm Paula.
And today we have Melissa with us from Mischief Management.
Hello.
I think this is your third time on with us since we started.
I think it sounds right.
So you are part of the reason this podcast started.
Oh, God.
It happened out of my first LeakyCon that I attended. So
That's
just
awesome.
because you guys
Which was what year?
Maybe it was my second one. It was Boston.
Okay.
Pandemic.
Wow, so that was 19.
Yes.
Wow.
So I had
Cool.
I had done a day in Dallas the year before, but I was like, it just happened to be when I was driving to a friend's house. But after being at Boston, I realized there's so many creators in like this community, and I was like, how do we talk to all these people? And that's where this came from. And 6 years later, we're still here.
Yeah. Amazing.
And now you are moving on to endeavors, and we have Enchanticon happening.
Yes. In St. Louis?
St. Louis. My Percy Jackson life is all ready.
We're so ready to.
I have my shirt. I'm gonna go see the art.
Yeah. It's a whole new world for us in Enchanticon. So we're moving on from the era of LeakyCon that was great in so many ways. We had our 10th one in Boston, and then the pandemic hit, or it was our 10th anniversary in Boston rather. It's nice, a difference between 10 and whatever.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic hit, and it took us a while to come back from that, obviously. And then we had in the interim period, kind of what it meant to be a Harry Potter fan changed in the world. And we wanted to make sure to give Harry Potter fans a great space to be and a place that they can feel comfortable being themselves being without feeling like they were celebrating something that now represented something that was against their values. So we tried keeping LeakyCon as it was for a while, to like make that distinction. But more and more, we just felt that we needed to create something new. And that's how Enchanticon was born.
We're excited from us. Like this podcast started as a Harry Potter podcast. So we kind of went through the same transition of being like,
Yeah.
we're also nerds of so many things. So it almost felt a little limiting because like something would come out. I'm like, well, we can't talk about that on this because it's something that's not related.
Right. I'm a book nerd now, so yeah, I'm excited. What other areas are you guys into now? And did it come after Harry Potter, or is it just picking up stuff that you were already into beforehand?
Well, Dani has always been a fan of many things.
All the things. I'm a Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, you name it, and at some point I've probably dabbled in it.
Yeah. For me, it was Harry Potter and like Friends, but then I started to also dabble in like Doctor Who, The Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
He's my favorite fandom.
So you're a Last of Us fan then?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Have you played the game?
I have not, because I am a huge chicken. I watched the first season of The Last of Us with the lights on.
It is scary. It is absolutely it's a scary game. So it's not for everyone. It is a little bit less scary in the television show.
We're like a Dreamlight Valley type of gameplay.
Right. We're games.
That's my husband got me some of those for Christmas, because I live a stressful life, and so he wanted to get me things that would keep me calm. And so, well, not keep me calm, but like give me like a safe place to be for a while. And so he got me what I call the Wish version of Animal Crossing, which is called Hako Life, and it is the cutest cozy game. And it was $5, and it's wonderful. You don't have to worry that if you turn it off for too long, you have to come back and squash bugs in your fake house.
Cool. I don't like that. I'm waiting for this Tales of the Shire one.
Yes. But it keeps getting pushed back.
But it's like Hobbit cozy game.
Hobbit cozy. The original cozies.
Yes.
I just want to plant some potatoes, go fishing. Walk
Yes.
the hills.
I've never played the mothership of them all, Stardew Valley. I've heard that it's pretty
That's
great.
Paula's
I
life.
tried it. My kids play it, but I don't know. It's like too it's like very pixelated.
Mhm.
So, and it's like more pixelated than Minecraft. Like I enjoy Minecraft, but
Okay.
this is like too much. It looks almost like old school Super Mario Brothers. Like the look of it. So I don't
Got
know.
it.
I feel like
So
it's
it's not
boring,
kind
but
of
some
like
people love
yeah,
it.
but
Like,
like the kids now love the lower fi
yes,
stuff.
it's
It's
vintage,
wild
it's
to me.
retro.
I watch my nephews playing things that I can't even tell when the pixels end. Like it's not, I like Last of Us, Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted. Like I want the most beautiful worlds in my video games, and they're like, here's two sticks on a white background, and I can do
I
this for
get it. I
hours.
get it. These kids will play, they play Roblox, and I'm like,
The,
I don't.
this is I
I feel
watched
so
this is
old.
like kind of off topic, but not really. I saw an interview with Jack Black where he was talking to Jimmy Fallon about how when he was 13 years old, he did the commercial for the Atari game Pitfall. And they showed like a clip of the game, and I was like, this is what these kids are playing now. Like they don't look
I like pretty
real.
graphics.
Yeah. I need
Yeah,
my
it's a whole
people to look
different thing.
real.
It's, I want them to create the world. Anyway, sorry, we're totally, I don't even know what topic we're
It
off of.
happens.
We're
That's
we're all nerds. We love all the things. So we our last episode we actually had Chloe who was going to be at Enchanticon on. So
Oh, cool.
we had some fun cosplay talk with her and trying to decide what cosplay because now there's just like
You have a lot to pick from now.
the
Hmm.
whole world to pick from. But then there's also all these things coming out. Like Wicked's only like 2 months later.
exactly.
Yeah.
How
I
to
hope we
Train
get some
Your Dragon.
Glindas and some Alphabas in the house. Talk about fantasy.
Yeah.
So, what are you hoping to see out of Enchanticon in its first inaugural year?
Well, the best thing about LeakyCon for me was always watching all the relationships get formed. I would actually just kind of like walk around watching that happen a lot. And so for me, seeing that energy, like, I'm here because I connect or I love this one thing or I just want to geek out and now I've found my people. Like, people finding their people. That's what I love and want the most. And then we just want to get back to like the silly, goofy fun when it was not, you know, there were 5 meetings to every cosplay you wore in the Harry Potter um world. It was a lighter time. And I just want us to make sure that um nobody yucks anybody's yum. Honestly, like Harry Potter fandom is not only welcome but encouraged. It's not like we're not a Harry Potter, space anymore. It's just that we are stepping away from association with certain aspects of it. So um this is our first foray into this, into being a wider scope. Like I say that LeakyCon did expand in scope it for a while in like 2013, 2014, and then we changed to GeekyCon and as a way of like cementing that. And it didn't go, it didn't feel right. Um, but the freedom that being called Enchanticon rather than LeakyCon affords us, first of all, it's a name you don't have to explain. We've forever, we're like, what's that, a plumbing convention? No, it's LeakyCon. Oh, okay, yeah, we got that a lot. Everybody thought they were real funny when they came up with it. um, but the idea that like we're just celebrating fantasy and being fantastical, being whimsical, being um in another land together, that's why I love that we have the theme of the Shrek theme for the fantasy ball because in Shrek it's far, far away, and so it's everything. So you can really be from any fantasy world. I'm just hoping it is just like LeakyCon was in the early days, and actually LeakyCon was throughout its entire existence, was a place where people could come and find like-minded fellows and spend a weekend feeling like themselves, like the most themselves version that they could be. That's our true goal with every event we do.
Excited for that. I'm also excited that it's like in the middle of the country because then like us East Coasters can get there and our West Coaster friends can be there too because it's like meeting right in the middle rather
In the
than
middle. Yeah.
Yeah,
sometimes it'd be
I
hard to like I can't
honestly,
fly to the other side of the country, but like we're like but we can both fly the same amount of time and see each other.
yeah, there's when we were looking for a venue, we wanted something that was middle of the country so people could get to each other, that wasn't overly expensive because obviously, um, we wanted something with ambiance, which obviously this hotel has. Um, I'm so sorry, give me 1 second. Yeah, we wanted something with ambiance. We wanted it to be central. And all these things sort of came together. This place is a castle. It's like an old train station that looks like a castle. Honestly, I would have chosen it for LeakyCon back in the day. And now we just get to have this
It's
beautiful ambiance
beautiful.
where, yeah,
I
it's
know.
really
I can't
beautiful.
wait to like
I've
see
talked
it
to
with
like
my
enough
eyes.
people that like we looked at we're like, well, the hotel sold us. We're just like,
Yeah.
it's
All the
gorgeous.
photos of it, and I said, "Where have you been all my life? I've been doing this for 15 years." I don't know how we missed it all these years, but as soon as we saw the photos, and plus the people there have been delightful. It's the hotel rooms are reasonably priced, which I don't know. You don't ever really see hotel rooms under 200 anymore.
Yeah.
At least for a quality hotel. Um, so it's really all the things in one place, and if it goes well, then maybe we will have a home in the center of the country where it is. Also, the biggest thing is that not the biggest, but one of the biggest things was that there wasn't a really big tentpole event like it in the area. In every other city these days, there's something. There's something huge. There's a big anime fest or a big Comic Con. Every other city. St. Louis hasn't really got its own. I guess nearby. I there's some stuff, but like it really didn't have a flagship that was going to make us. It felt like we were like filling a need,
Yeah, you don't have to like
there.
compete.
Yeah, it's you don't want to. You don't want to compete with another con. You don't want to like make people feel like, well, why would I go to this one when
Yeah.
this smaller kind of niche one
Or even
when,
having to choose, like finances
yeah,
are slow. You know, like I don't want to have to pick and
well,
choose
mm,
what con I can do.
especially, this is this is fun budget stuff. This is not,
Yeah.
you know, so fun budgets fluctuate. So yeah, we
Really
wanted to
fun
make sure
budget.
it was accessible.
Yeah, the community was the one thing that always drew us to LeakyCon, is just meeting the
That makes me
people.
happy.
Yeah. That's the main. I mean, LeakyCon was my first convention. Uh, and I was like, oh, I love meeting people. So I'm very much a people person. So
Mhm.
meeting people that like the same things that I did and just feeling comfortable like talking
Yeah.
to people that they're not going to like ah.
No,
So
yeah. You want to
it's
meet people who
awesome.
want you. Yeah. That makes me happy. That's what we want. We want people to come to our events and feel like they find kind of a missing piece.
Yeah, and like shameless plug for us, we are doing a panel about I
Cool.
lovingly call it strangers on the internet. That's not what it's actually called. It's about finding your friends in fandom.
Uh-huh.
But
Uh-huh.
because all of us have met our fandom friends through the internet, in my head, that's what I call it, is strangers on the internet.
Finding your
So,
friends
That's
in
what we
fandom is
lovingly
like,
call it.
well, like that's why all this exists. It's
yeah.
because, we were a bunch of people on a website long ago, and that's
Yep.
how LeakyCon started, and that's how Mischief started, and that's how we find ourselves here.
Yeah, and then you guys have a lot more going on because you have like Romance Con now,
Yeah, and we also do BroadwayCon, obviously,
Broadway
every
Con. We know a
year.
lot of
Yeah.
people that
That
do
one's
Broadway
like
Con.
on my list. One day I'm going to make it.
Oh, it's so much fun. BroadwayCon's crazy. It's
Yeah.
great. But yeah, it's we're now like a full-fledged event company. It's been a very long 15 years of getting, but we work with partners now and do some events for other people. And so it's gotten pretty good at at this thing
That's awesome.
that we do. And so it's nice. It's almost like starting like kind of again, but like 10 years, 15 years later when you know a couple of things, because boy, did we not know a couple of things in those first years. Oof. Maybe we knew two things of the 13,000 you need
Yeah.
to run events.
Yeah. Well, we are very excited to attend
Oh, we can't
Enchanticon.
wait. And there's so much like one of the things about Enchanticon that is exciting to me is that yes, there will be celebrity guests. Yes, there will be the people that are coming that you get autographs with, whatever. That's all coming. The calendar on all of that is always so late that if an event is because, and that's down to the celebrities, they never sign early. It is a whole thing. It's a you don't even start me going down that road. I'll tell you million stories that are boring to everybody but event planners. Anyway, um, it is really hard to get all that stuff early. So that stuff comes a little bit later in the calendar, the last couple months. So if the event is completely dependent on that, it's not going to really
Yeah.
go well. What's happening with Enchanticon is just so cool. There's a lot of user generated content coming in that's got all people's ideas and thoughts and excitement. There's a whole gaming area that we're going to have. We're going to be having people coming in to DM one shots. We're going to have a sword fighting area and lots of cosplay and like there's a whole game night that we're doing. So there's a whole lot of kind of community being built. We're also working with a lot of local entities to kind of build our standing in the community as well. So there's like a whole event that's being built that the celebrities will then just kind of like be the topper of. Like, we opens it up to authors. We've got 40 or 50 authors coming of fantasy books. It's the same way that kind of in the same model of what we do at Romance Con. So we've managed to bring back lit, which is very exciting. So it's so nice to see it sort of rise naturally on its own. And then when it's not just dependent on which flashy celebrity you have, that means it's going to be more sustainable year to year, which will mean that we can do more and more as the years go on if the community continues to trust us and come back and come back.
We're
Yeah.
also in this era where like fantasy and romantasy are like at their
Mhm.
like everyone is living their dragon life.
How
It's
many
true.
Illyrian warriors do you think there are going to be?
A lot.
A lot.
There's the explosion in excitement about romance has been really just delightful to me as a woman. And so and to see it combined with fantasy, with love of it's perfect. It's a
It's
perfect
how
thing.
Paula started getting into reading.
Yeah, I know. I
Amazing.
wasn't a reader until last year, and then now I'm just
She doesn't stop.
now I don't stop.
Amazing. It's amazing. Which ones are your favorites?
I'm in a Court of Mist and Fury girl
Okay.
forever and ever. Like I read Throne of Glass and Fourth Wing but Resand has my heart. So
Okay.
I hope nothing.
I
Whenever that other book gets announced, I hope he does nothing wrong. I would be devastated.
I'm just starting. I'm finally reading Akatar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's taking me, I mean, to run Romance Con and not have read Akatar is a thing. But I'm just finally getting there. It's hard with the small child,
Oh
but
yeah, for sure.
I'm getting
It
there.
took the podcast a year to get through ACOTAR and Throne of Glass.
Yep, the whole year
Mhm.
last
And
year.
now we're into Crescent City, so we're almost
Nice.
there.
I wish I knew exactly what that meant, but I'm getting the vibe. There's just a whole world that's been
Yeah.
built.
It's essentially the
Yeah.
Sarah J. Maas verse, like
Yeah,
her three
exactly.
Yeah.
series.
Her whole canon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we decided as a podcast, we started a book club on Fable to go through the whole series, and I'm like, we've been into this so long and just her books.
Fable, is that like a place where you can meet other book lovers?
Fable is actually, I'm gonna throw this out there because it is an amazing app. So
It's the
you
best.
can
Ooh,
start an
I'm
online
already
book
on it.
club on it. And then what it does, it separates the book by chapter. So there's no spoiler. So you can have conversation when you finish a chapter. And then as you finish, everyone else is commenting as they go. So you can have like true like online discussion without being like spoiler for this chapter because literally like typing as you're through the chapters.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So it's like a
Very, very
book
cool.
tracking
Yeah,
app.
it's also like Goodreads where you can like track your books
So
and
your reviews in there, but it's like it has like a feed too where you could like post pictures and yeah, all that stuff. It's like really cool. I
Cool.
spend more time there than on Instagram.
yeah. And they have
Amazing.
like they also now have like a side where you can watch things together and they'll break it down by episodes so you can discuss episodes of things.
Well, this free ad is brought to you by Fable, but boy, am I going to get this right now.
It's
You
great.
will right afterwards. You're gonna be like, oh, look at this.
It's downloading right now.
Okay. Yay.
Right after I got the QR code going, I'm ready.
Yeah. No, it's a fun app and it's a fun like book tracking source. But like it's grown our community in a different way. Like half the people that follow us with Fable aren't podcast listeners and don't listen to the podcast, but they come for the book talk.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
So how did you decide on Shrek as the theme?
Well, that's all Emily. Emily's our social media manager.
We love Emily.
Yes, we do.
Emily's the best. And so you've seen her face on social, and she has been so every once in a while at Mischief, we do a lunch and learn, but it's not like a lunch and learn something about work. It's a any kind of presentation you want thing. Tell me, like, let's put a presentation together about something weird that nobody knows that you're an expert in, right? So Emily's was her pitch for ShrekCon. When she makes these jokes on social media, she is not joking. She has pitched ShrekCon over and over, and I'm like, I just got out from under doing an event based on one person's IP.
Yeah.
Don't make me. But however, we've had so many jokes about it that when it became time to think about what a theme for the ball would be, I remember we just looked at each other and I don't remember if she said it, if I said it, if somebody else said it, but somehow it came back around to
ShrekCon.
Emily's presentation, and it just felt right. Like, right, like it's a whole fantasy world. We're all with all the characters. It was like, yes, that's, and we can't obviously, we're not calling it a Shrek ball, or it's not, but it's it's
The
themed
essence.
that
It has
way.
the essence of
It's the essence, and it features another Bonnie Tyler song. So there's that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it just felt so right. Instead of picking one particular niche, we could pick something that celebrates all of fantasy. So I give Emily full credit on her
That's
Shrek love
awesome.
Yeah, we've
for
had a
that.
lot of conversation about how people are going to just watch the end scene where everyone's dancing and pick random background characters to cosplay
Amazing.
and
I'm
not
gonna
be
be
like an
the
actual
fairy
character, it's just
godmother.
like the background.
I'm gonna do the fairy godmother.
Oh yeah.
I
I
I
said
agree.
I'm gonna make the dress, I think. The red dress that she
Sequin
wears.
dress.
Yeah.
Get some wings. So cute.
Mhm.
I think Paula was discussing Puss in Boots. Is that what you were
Yes, a
considering?
Puss in Boots inspired outfit. That's what I think I'm gonna wear to the ball.
Amazing. Love it.
I'm in my How to Train Your Dragon era, so it's very hard for me to be like something else because I'm like, it is my year. I have Epic Universe. I have a live action movie. Everything's going to be How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh God, I can't wait to see it. The live action one, that is. I've seen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
obviously, the original.
It's going to be so good. So good.
But what are you guys most excited about?
I'm excited to see how Enchanticon goes and like you know, what people come dressed as. Obviously, you have a following from the LeakyCon people. Are people going to like really expand their horizons? That's what I want to see.
I
I
hope
would
so.
love
It seems
to
like
see. I
that.
mean, I still obviously want to see like some Harry Potter, just because I think that people are like so creative,
Yeah.
in making their cosplays and stuff. But I want to see some different stuff. Like you said, I would love to see some Glindas, some Alphabas, just anything. I'm very excited to see it. So
I love panels.
Awesome.
yeah, she's a panel girly.
I am a panel girly through and through. I'm also, so when I started this podcast, I had this little core, and it was all of us that started podcasting together. And a lot of that has like dropped off. So seeing other podcasters is always like exciting for me because I'm like, oh, we're in this together.
Right.
Because I think there's like one other, but there had been like a group of 4 or 5 of us, all female creators that started podcasting within like 2 months of each other. And there's only 2 of us really like remaining.
Oh
Remaining.
no. Yeah.
So, and it's not anything bad. Like things
Yeah.
have to end and all, but
Life
it's
goes
like, I'm
on.
like, oh, it'll be really nice because you guys do have such a podcaster presence to like be able to talk to other
Other
podcasters,
podcasters, yeah.
having those conversations because it's always just fun to do that. And you guys always have such an array of panels.
Yes. Nope. But we do, and that's what's coming in this year too. It's been the inbox for people's ideas is delightfully unhinged. It's just a lot. There's a lot of really fun
We love
stuff,
that.
and that's what like the creativity of the community is what has always kind of fueled what we do. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Like your own pile of lunch and learns. Like people just want to talk about like those things that no one else cares
Honestly,
about.
that is exactly all those lunch and learns. That is what we tell us your thing and convince a room of people.
That's a
Yes.
panel right there. No.
It really is. My friends worked at Lunch and Learns, very similar to yours. She loves. We grew up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Doesn't live there anymore, but she is like loves Harrisburg. She did a whole Lunch and Learn on Harrisburg and its history. It's just like if
Wow.
that's the thing you love, go for it.
Yeah, for real.
But I love like seeing all the ideas and like I know a lot of people that have like submitted panels and like the ideas that I have just seen of my friends. I can't wait to actually see what all gets accepted and trying to
Yeah, it's
figure out how
coming.
to go as many panels as I can.
It's coming.
So I'm excited for it. I'm excited. There's a lot of people we know that we haven't met in person yet.
Mm-hmm.
And events like this give you a safe space to meet those internet friends for the first time.
Oh, good. We should always take precautions,
We always take
but
precautions. We have a
always take
very
precautions.
big rule. You do not get in cars with strangers that you've met on the internet.
Right.
So
Absolutely
We have a
not.
secondary rule though. The rule is if somebody you know that you've been in a car with has gotten in a car with somebody else, then that person it's kind of like
Okay.
an Uber
Okay.
situation. You know, you
As long
have
as
like
you
a
have
review.
a
if you
plan.
know someone
Yeah.
that you trust that has met this person, you're okay to meet them. Like
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, we're excited for just the community. That was always like my favorite thing about conventions is just being there with people who love the same things. I'm like, I enjoy meeting a celebrity here and there, but when it comes down to it, I want to meet my friends. Even if I
Yep.
don't
Right.
know them yet, I want to meet my friends.
Absolutely. They're just, they're out there, and that's
There.
one of our goals is to bring people together to find them.
And the aquarium.
And Dani always
Yeah,
visits an aquarium.
it's on our marketplace is like on an otter exhibit. Like Karen Magical Creatures in there. Like where was this place? There's so much to do in St. Louis. It's just, I feel like this was kismet, this location.
Yeah. It was a partial selling point for me. Yeah, I was already going to go, but when I saw aquarium, my aquarium list, and you could just like look back at Leaky Cons. I've been to the one in Boston. I've been to the one in Dallas. I went to the one in Chicago. Like, if there was a Leaky Con there and there was an aquarium, I have seen that aquarium. And my friends know that they have to stay an extra day if they expect to go to the aquarium with me.
Yeah.
Our staffer, Leia, she runs the talent and programming. I'm just never going to find her the whole weekend because she's going to be in the aquarium. And she used to work with animals, so she's very, very excited about this.
See, we all have our things that are not necessarily a fandom.
Absolutely.
Aquariums
Absolutely.
and fandoms.
For me, it's
I'll give a TED talk on aquariums.
Give a TED talk, give a lunch and learn about how aquariums are fandoms.
Yes. I can do it. But I know right now you guys are still looking for are you calling them game masters?
Game Masters, Dungeon Masters, whichever is the popular parlance now.
I'm new to gaming. I just started Lorcana. This is the extent of my gaming knowledge.
Cool.
So
I'm
I'm
a big D&D person. I was in 3 campaigns. They're all paused right now because of baby. It is very hard to play D&D when you have a baby. It's a 4-hour commitment. So we have a virtual one that we're going to get back into, and just do shorter sessions so that we can all, continue. My in-person one is going to change. My dear friend Anthony that I started BroadwayCon with, Anthony Rapp, he's an actor, and so DMing, playing with him as a DM is almost nerve-wracking because he's like, him and like he has another friend who's an actor that's in the group, and so but we all are, we just love goofing together. We've had so much fun doing it. And then, God, what was my third one? Oh, my third one was Roll 9 3/4, which, um we keep saying isn't dead. We haven't posted on it in like 4 years, but we do have a whole new campaign going, and my husband is the DM.
oh,
My
Oh,
husband, who learned D&D over the pandemic and very clearly wasn't a player, very clearly was a DM. It's like, when you just we'd be watching Critical Role and he'd be kind of mumbling a little bit to himself, and like he'd be looking stuff up on his phone, and I'm like, oh, he's not very into it. And then I discovered he was saying things like, oh, you forgot and he goes, no, you forgot the sneak attack damage. And I'd be telling him, are you correcting Matt Mercer? Like, what is going on here? But every time he did it, a couple of beats would go by and Matt would go, oh, I forgot the sneak attack damage. And I'm like, you are a DM. You are a DM. And so he was like, yeah, I think I might be. And so that's how he started doing it. So I think he's gonna come and DM at,
that was
he's
my
really
next
good.
question.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so
I
So,
feel like
oh,
cool.
I
I don't even
might
think I've
I
told, you know what? I haven't told him. I told him to just put his name on the list. I should really go tell him that he's DMing an Enchanticon.
feel like I might need to learn to DM. I feel like that's more up my alley than actually playing. We have a
If you like
friend.
to control things.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah,
You should
exactly.
see my vacation list and planning. It's a little intense.
Hmm,
We
hmm,
have a friend who's gonna run a one shot for us to be able to learn it.
hmm.
So
Awesome. That's great.
my goal is
Yeah,
to have
everybody,
that happen before Enchanticon, so we know what we're doing going in.
Yeah.
yeah, people think it's a high bar, but it's not. I mean, listen, D&D rules are crazy. There's so much to learn. But it's doable, and it's not. And one of the goals of all this gaming activity we've got going is that for people to see that there's less of a gate than you'd think for
Yeah.
doing
I
it.
feel like my concern has always, and this is like came up when we were starting. I'm with a group that we're just all learning to play Lorcana together. Was that when you hear D&D, and like I am the personality that people just assume that's something I do, but I never want to like hold back a group. So like joining was always very intimidating because you're like, oh, these people have been playing campaigns for like 10 years and I'm brand new and I don't want to be like
Right.
thrown in. So it always felt like a barrier in that way. And like it's a self-created barrier.
Right.
But everyone would always be like, "Oh, you play." I'm like, "I have never played. I have led a panel on D&D. Still have."
Yeah, it's the best. It's so good. Do you watch?
Oh, I've seen all the things that are like remnant because the world is very like the Disney film that did it, the D&D movies. I've watched the actual gameplay. Like I understand the concept. I'm really
Yeah.
big into there's a book series. They're like high school rom-com type things, and it's all based
Hmm.
around D&D. It's a whole series. Um,
Cool.
And like just reading those, I'm like, I get it even more because it just kind of explains the game, but they weave the game so well into the actual story that I'm
Cool.
like, I really just need to set up the time and learn how to play.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
I got my first set of dice, so
Amazing. Amazing.
but yeah, I'm really excited. I love seeing how excited everyone else is also for it. So I
Yeah,
think
I mean, it's going to be great. I'm really a whole new world.
I can't wait to see everybody's cosplays. That's like going to be, and then again, meeting people that I know from Instagram and I'm excited. I love new things. So
Me too.
yes, but I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that you guys are still like looking for people to submit that?
Yeah, we definitely want game masters. But the best thing to do is to go to the enchanticon.com website, which again, Kismet, how was that domain even available?
Yeah.
How was that name not done by something else? Like it's just these days,
It
It
was
was
meant to
you
waiting
have
for
be.
to take it
you.
as a
It was
sign.
just like, we know
You got to take it
who-
as a sign.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, Paula, do you have anything else?
No, I think we're good. I'm
Okay.
excited. I need to be there already.
Ready? We
Same. Well, I mean, I need more time for sure,
You need
but
more time.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you want both. You're
But
like, I want it, but I also
exactly, correct.
we need some more months to plan. I need to start a
Exactly.
cosplay. Like I've been really slackering about that one.
Same.
So that needs to happen. It is August 15th through
The 17th.
15th through
Mhm.
17th, St. Louis. And we will be there, and you will obviously be there. So we want
Uh,
everyone to come.
correct.
So get your tickets. And then at enchanticon.com is the website, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
And then all over Instagram, Enchanticon. You can find all the updates there. And until next time,
Keep
keep
creating.
creating.
Now, if you two don't mind, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed, or worse, expelled.